Found coffee. So happy. I love it. They're like little ambulances. Look at the oldest one. Hello everyone from beautiful Hong Kong. So we've just touched down in beautiful Hong Kong. It's very cloudy and hazy, but you can see a lot of mountains and a lot of city, a lot of water. It seems like it has a really good mix of everything. We got a very early flight this morning. We left at 3 a.m. from Dubai. It took about 7 hours. We landed a bit early, but it took a good 7 hours to get here. So we are staying in the Hyatt-centric Victoria Harbour. I love the Hyatt brand. We've stayed in a few Hyatts in the last couple of years. The last time we stayed in a Hyatt-centric was in Milan, which was really lovely. We stayed in a Hyatt-centric and a Park Hyatt in Milan. And as lovely as the Park Hyatt was, I really like the Hyatt-centric. I think it has a kind of nice vibe. It's very creative, it's quite modern, it's not too frilly, not too posh. Like, they have a nice attention to detail and very good service. So I was really keen to see this one. We don't really have a solid plan for what we want to do over the next few days. We're here for 3 nights. So hopefully it's going to be a good mix of trying good food, seeing some nature and some beautiful places, learning a bit about the culture, the history, and take you guys along with us.
They were kind of like in that area that sounds quite old and very kind of old fire center.
Yeah, I don't know where the modern British bit is.
A lot of like very kind of almost falling buildings.
Derelict is the word.
Derelict.
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 Yeah.
Never heard this one. Yeah.
It means like kind of old and falling apart.
Yeah, they're old and falling apart.
So we've been walking here for, I'd say, about 20 minutes so far. The area that we started in where our hotel is called Harbour North. So we've taken one main road all the way down to what I think is Victoria Park. We're in a really nice park right now. We pass Harbour East. So what we really noticed from the offset, the area that we started in is very much a old style, very traditional Chinese kind of buildings, a lot of small businesses, a lot of cafeterias. And as we started walking more towards Central, which is where we're going to end up, you slowly start to see the modernization of the buildings, of the brands. You start to see very well-known brands come in. The buildings get a bit more tall, a bit more modern. There's a lot of glass-fronted buildings, but they're kind of mixed in with the Chinese traditional style as well. So I think as we're going to keep walking, it's probably going to get more and more modern.
Nice.
What do you want to eat?
Noodles and maybe some beef, some wagyu.
Oh yeah, that's our hunt this weekend, to see who has the best wagyu, and if we have to spend a fortune for it, if we can find it on a budget.
We'll do it.
That's the challenge. Thank you.
The restaurant is not good, there's not even point you worth ask for more dishes on the same restaurant.
Yeah.
So you kind of actually see the vibe. So I think we're gonna go here and get a few sashimi and some sushi just to have a trial.
As we were walking towards Central, we were starving, and this restaurant we came across, I think it was called Senryo. I think that's how you pronounce it. We ordered salmon rolls and a sushi platter just to see us through until dinner. This one's definitely better. We weren't really a fan of that one.
Yeah,
Salmon.
yeah, salmon.
The salmon's nice, but the rice underneath it I think was too big of a layer.
Yeah.
But the nigiri was really good with stuff with tuna.
Yeah.
Tea is good. They give you free hot tea.
Nice, yeah.
Now we've reached a beautiful part of the city. We have arrived in Central and it honestly looks completely different to where we started. Like, I actually cannot get over it. The size of the buildings, I can't decide if it reminds me more of London, Dubai or New York, or sometimes Singapore as well. It's kind of a mixture of all of them.
In Singapore, I think definitely this spot we are right now looks very similar to the city center of Singapore.
Yeah, especially with all the greenery.
Yeah, there's a lot of greens, a lot of high buildings, and even something that reminds me is the name of the banks on the top of the buildings, like,
Yeah.
you know, kind of.
Yeah, it has that kind of financial center feel in Central. I imagine this is probably where all the offices are. You can see there's a lot more coffee shops. You can see more people dressed like in business attire because it's Thursday today, so probably just finished work. But yeah, we're right on the edge of Central now, so we're going to keep walking in, hopefully find somewhere nice for some food and maybe even a little drink.
Yeah.
I'm thirsty.
We just had like literally a bite.
Yeah, we went and had sushi at that place we came across, which was hit and miss. It was, some of it was
one
nice,
dish
some
was
of it was
good,
alright.
one dish was not good.
But
I
I
mean,
think-
the tuna was really good. Everything that we got out with tuna was really good.
Yeah, I think we needed that little snack, but now we're ready for a proper meal. Does anyone else love going to foreign supermarkets? This is like my Disneyland. I love going to foreign supermarkets. It's so colourful. Like, is that wagyu crisp? Oh my god. Wagyu and roast onion. You never know. We ended up actually walking around Central for ages before eventually coming across this cute little bar called Bambino. It was very cozy and we picked seats up at the bar. We ordered a couple of drinks and a few appetizers, including this amazing wagyu beef tartare with incredible fries. Like, honestly, they were 10 out of 10. If you're going to Hong Kong, I really recommend this spot. They had a great playlist and a really nice vibe, and it was just the perfect hidden gem to come across. We fancied just one more drink before going home, so we wandered up the hill and found a really lively street full of bars and people drinking outside after work. This is very much a novelty when you live in Dubai and these things aren't possible. Something so simple as being able to stand in the street, have a drink, have an atmosphere and a vibe around you, like, bless you. Even though we weren't blessed with the best weather, I still really wanted to ride the Peak Tram up to Victoria Peak. The tickets were about $90 return, or you could bundle with the Sky Terrace for around $150. But I'm glad we didn't because it was just so foggy that it wouldn't have been worth it. So we made it to the peak. It's super windy, super foggy. Probably the worst day to go sightseeing for a view because there's no sights to see. But we rode the tram, that was fun. Trying to find somewhere with decent coffee so I can actually form a sentence. If you know us, you'll know we love our steak and are always on the hunt to find the best wagyu. Something that we don't really have in Dubai are these yakinakus, which are essentially Japanese restaurants where you can grill your own meat. We came across this one by chance and it ended up being a real highlight of the trip. The quality of the food was exceptional and being able to cook it how you like was just a really fun concept, and we were laughing the entire time. We went with one of their set platters to start with, which I think was around $400, and then we chose some more premium cuts to enjoy after. Someone that looks at you the way that Paolo looks at wagyu. Show me your wagyu done. And that was so nice. What was it called? Ushio. Definitely recommend Ushio. I'm so full now. So now we're going to get the metro back. Are we going to the hotel or we're just going straight to this monster building? The weather is really nice. Even though it's cloudy. Couldn't see any views. I'm still appreciating it. Appreciating the weather. Yeah, it's not raining. It's a nice breeze. I'm not cold. It's just good.
Let's go. What's the building?
So we made it to the monster building. This is actually a complex of 5 buildings in one, which is built in the 1960s. It's an area that's home to thousands of people. It was once the most densely populated area in the entire world. And now it's a big tourist attraction. A lot of people come here to take their Instagram pictures. We have coffee shops, hair salons, laundry. We even went to Arabica to get some coffee a minute ago. You have to make sure you come see if you come to Hong Kong. So we just took the metro under Victoria Harbour. We've made it over to Hong Kong mainland for the first time. This is our first chance getting to see it. And the plan now is to go and have a look at the Avenue of Stars. It's just like a nice walkway down by the river or the harbour. Then I really want to go and check out this mall behind me, the K11 Musea. From what I've seen online, it has like really nice architecture inside, a few nice shops to see. It does have quite a nice selection of restaurants, but actually what we're planning to do is go to another place on the other side, which is one of the cheapest Michelin star restaurants in the world. Has really good dim sum, so I'm excited to check that one out. First, let's go this way. The weather when we arrived yesterday was very hazy and foggy, and today is exactly the same, but it's a lot more windy, which is making it a bit colder. It's a shame because they said that the day before we arrived it was quite nice and sunny, like beautiful blue sky, and I think tomorrow is going to be the same for this, so won't really get to see the city in its full glory, but it's still really nice. The sky looks very moody right now.
We're gonna go to the mall now, and then it's getting colder outside. Well, she wants to come with shorts to say, I know you like to go on holidays every time it's summer, but there's not a summer holiday.
They wouldn't let me wear my shorts.
So yeah, it's getting colder, to be honest. Like yesterday was like 19, but was no wind at all. Today's 20, but it's very windy, so it feels way colder.
Yeah.
Very cloudy. Seems like every day is kind of very cloudy, very hazy, I would say. You can barely see the sky. So that's why I think people here are very white. Even when it's kind of not rainy days, the sun never really shines.
I'm losing melanin by the minute.
Yeah, so let's go to the mall, and then we're gonna
Go and
get some food after.
Yeah, but it smells really good. I don't know what it is. Just candles or perfume?
We weren't bothered about spending our time here shopping, but the K11 really stood out to me as it incorporates not just retail but also architecture and art into its space. It also has its own rooftop garden, which if it was sunny, I'm sure would be really lovely to relax in. As we were walking towards our dinner destination, we saw the Peninsula, which is known for hosting one of the best afternoon teas and is one of the iconic tourist things to do in Hong Kong. While we didn't have time for that, we couldn't resist having a little look around the hotel anyway. On our walk, we came across this beautiful building which connected to yet another mall. It has a really nice garden and ended up being a great shortcut. By this point, my feet were killing me, but it just goes to show how much more you see when you're not always taking the metro. So this is the restaurant I was told is one of the cheapest Michelin-starred spots, but the one that we went to was in a train station. You order by ticking the items that you want on the menu, and very quickly we could tell that we weren't going to be a fan. We decided to just try a couple of dim sum, but maybe we're just spoiled in Dubai because we couldn't see what the fuss was about. Instead, we headed over to the Ritz Carlton, which is super tall, and the restaurants are on the 102nd floor. We started in this lounge, but after ordering the most expensive bottle of water and sitting by a window that we couldn't see out of, Paolo decides he wants to move over to the Italian restaurant instead. Here we just ordered drinks and desserts, which I don't think they were too happy with, but by this time it was getting late and we wanted to get back over to Hong Kong Island. One thing we noticed is that places tend to close quite early here, and many of the restaurants that we looked at shut at like 10 PM even though it's a Friday night. I definitely think Hong Kong Island is the more touristy side, because when we arrived back it was so much busier than where we'd just come from. The streets were full of people in bars and heading to nightclubs. We found a little bar to get another drink and a couple more bites before calling it a night.
Morning! So we have walked 5 minutes away from our hotel. Hong Kong is known for its egg waffles, and part of our hotel stay they gave us a few vouchers of things that we can explore and try. So finally going to get to use one of them and try one of these famous dishes. So it seems like.
Thank you.
Got my waffle. Let's give it a go. No, I think you can get like different things to add on it, but it's just the plain one. It's good. It does taste like pancake.
The main way that we're travelling around Hong Kong is by metro, and each day we've bought ourselves a tourist day pass which gives you unlimited travel for 65 Hong Kong dollars, compared to the $200 for the Octopus Pass, which only gives you 50 back in credit. So for us this made a lot more sense as we're only here for a few days. Now we're taking an overground train to Diamond Hill to see a traditional Chinese garden.
Now we're looking for Katsumoto. Try and get ourselves a nice wagyu sando. Hopefully. We found it.
I know it seems like all we do is eat wagyu, but that might be the truth. I had really wanted to try a wagyu sando, and this place I'd seen online has some of the best, and to be honest, I would have to agree, it was really, really good. Of course, on our last day, the sky would finally clear up. Of course it would.
Last day,
How was your experience?
not too bad. We just didn't have any sun, and now the sun is shining.
Are you looking forward to going to China?
Inshallah.
Inshallah, looking forward. Where are we going now?
Eat meat. I don't know the name of the place. Yapanaki.
Yakinaku.
For our final meal in Hong Kong, we had thought about going back to Ushio because we just loved it so much, but I found another yakiniku which was closer to our hotel called Ishidaya. This one was a slightly different concept and it was a bit cheaper too. We had a grill in the middle of our table and the platter that we ordered came with just 2 small cuts of each piece. We also ordered some premium cuts, but I wouldn't say that this one was as good quality as the first one that we went to. It was still a really nice experience, and I'm just loving the grill it yourself concept. We're even thinking to get one of these in our garden so that we can host our own yakiniku parties with friends.
Had a lovely lunch, final lunch of the trip, and now we're heading back to the hotel, take our stuff, get on the train, and then someone here is going to China, someone here is going back to Dubai. And now we feel a little bit sad because the trip is finished. It was really nice. How'd you feel?
Full.
Coming to the end of my trip, I really reflected on what a great time we had. Hong Kong surprised me in so many ways and really surpassed my expectations. It seemed like a really safe city, which for having 7 million people is definitely rare. I love that you can just walk everywhere and don't have to rely on a car or taxi to get around. And I really love the amount of nature there is in addition to the city landscape. We didn't get to see everything we wanted to, and there are still more places I would love to visit next time. But I do think if you're looking for a quick break with plenty to see and eat, 3 days is enough time in Hong Kong.